Alex Chamberlain here with Discussion Board 2. Discussion Board 2 asks us, what are the limitations of the melting pot view of assimilation? There's many limitations to that theory, but first let's talk about what that would be. The melting pot theory would be that all cultures represent equally to assimilation of the American culture overall. That's obviously not true. So these are some of the limitations that I found. Not all cultures equally represented. Um, it's fairly obvious that you could look at the federal calendar of holidays and find that not all cultures represented equally. For instance, most of our federal holidays are Christian holidays at the root of them. So, say like a lot of Eastern culture isn't really represented. Muslim culture isn't represented. Many other cultures, animistic um, religion isn't represented, or pagan religion isn't represented. Um, that's one. The next one would be not all cultures support the same values. So, like when people migrate to the U.S. and assimilate into our grand culture, they don't all share the same values that the American culture represents per se. So, for instance, like maybe there's a lot of other cultures that maybe don't take that aren't as competitive as ours is. The American culture is pretty Darwinian sometimes in survival of the fittest. There's a lot of cultures that are um, not like that at all. Like everyone helps everyone out. If you need something, they give it to you. That's not how our culture is at all. Um, it's pretty cutthroat and it's survival of the fittest. Um, another um, another point would be language is a huge part of our culture. So when you migrate to the U.S. and if you want to assimilate into this culture, you have to learn English, and you don't not only have to learn English, you also have to speak English, write English, and read English. So your native language kind of takes a backseat to the English language, right? You can't speak your language if you're going to school. You can't write an assignment in your native language. They wouldn't accept that. Most schools wouldn't. Maybe there are some. Um, those are three pretty big qualms I have with that melting pot assimilation view.